Football in Texas is very important. To some, it's more than a game. For the Lancaster High School Football team, it's a lifestyle. Over the years, the Tiger football team has always been loaded with talent, but it suffered several early playoff eliminations, causing them to be discarded as a contender for a state run.
Hi, I'm Chris Gilbert, head football coach of the Lancaster Tigers. As a coach, you always want your team to be aware of what the public thinks about it. And even if it has nothing to do about what we think about ourselves, because that can be a motivation factor for our performance. It means a lot to be a part of this team because our players work hard. We have a saying that we like to say, it's hard to play against us, but it's even harder to play for us. And we believe in that.
Despite the positive outlook Coach Gilbert and his team has for the upcoming season, the media predicts the team to not go far into the playoffs this year.
Newspaper predictions were not a big deal to us, as far as we really took in consideration what they thought about us. I think our deal was we just wanted to be the best we could be each week, and we were not worried or concerned.
Throughout the whole season, we knew we had to play with a chip on our shoulder. And with the critics being negative to our program, we just knew we had to step in and do what we had to do. It created a great vibe in the locker room, and throughout the program, we knew it was good going into the season, but it just helped us grow as a team and knowing that we could compete with the best in Texas.
The Tigers continue on their winning streaks, but hit a roadblock and suffer a district loss against the Red Oak Hawks.
Well, the mindset after we lost to Red Oak was to get better every week from that point on out.
We weren't underprepared. We just wasn't working hard. We thought everything was going to be given to us, and that's how we got the loss.
Our goal was to never again let us be lax as far as preparing for any opponent. And we took that mindset each and every week after that.
Despite the loss to Red Oak, the Tigers pushed on through district play and finished 9-1, earning them the co-district championship with Red Oak and a spot in the playoffs.
People were still questioning if we were for real. And I think that by that time in the year, it really began to resonate with our team, and we began to take that personally. And I think that we were up for the challenge.
Preparing for the playoffs was take every game as it was your last, like Coach Adams say. He don't want nobody crying on the field, so we just went so we wanted to be crying on the field like he was saying. We just played hard, played for each other, and we started winning again.
The Tigers faced the Jacksonville Indians and the Lovejoy Leopards in the first two rounds of the 4A Division II playoffs. After demolishing both teams, the Tigers prepared to enter the third round of the playoffs, which had not been done since the 2000-2001 football season.
Putting it all together encompasses commitment, it encompasses dedication, it encompasses going the extra mile. It's hard to be successful if you're going to be common. You have to be different. You have to do more than what your opponent is doing.
The Tigers will face the Prosper Eagles, a physical team with talent and great size.
After getting past the third round, we wanted to become the best team that ever played at this high school. And our kids were very motivated to be that.
After defeating Prosper, the Tigers become the best team in school history and advance to the fourth round of the playoffs. The Tigers are closer to the state game, but they have to get past an old district rival, Mesquite Poteet.
They knew exactly what we had. We knew what they had, but it's always a tough game playing against Poteet because they're gonna play us as hard as we want to play them every time we play them. And just going into that game, we just knew we had to stay focused and do what we did best to beat them.
The Tigers advanced to the fifth round of the playoffs to battle against Wichita Falls Rider. Both teams come ready to play, and the weather forecast predict rain should hit by the fourth quarter.
Well, it was like out of a movie. We're down on the goal line. in the first overtime. And before we even get to that point, we had to score a touchdown in regulation just to get to that point on the last play on 4th down. So we get to overtime, and we have a play called, and it just starts pouring down rain. Right after a timeout, we hand the ball off, give the ball to the tailback. He jumps over the top, fumbles the football.
When the fumble occurred, I kind of knew that we was gonna have to go to another overtime just to end the game, because we had they had their chance to score and we stopped them, and now it was our turn to get the ball back again.
Thankfully, in overtime rules, we get the ball right back, because we get the ball back and move down on the other end.
Yeah, we just took it play by play, and I can remember it was 2nd and 3rd on the 3-yard line, and I pulled the ball and scored the safety.
When they got the ball, if we stopped them, it was game.
They got a chance to score, and we stopped them on 4th and 15.
Did a great job. Defense came up and stopped them on 4th down with an incomplete pass, and we won the football game. I knew that it was going to come down to the end of the game, and I felt like that we had, all of the previous playoff games, we had been in similar situations, but I felt like we were going to win. I felt like that we had been in that enough to pull through.
We slipped and let them score at the last minute, so we were pretty upset, but we tried to make adjustments so it wouldn't happen again during halftime, and we knew we can go out and try to win the game.
The Tigers fight for the remaining 2 quarters, but are faced with team penalties and a game-changing catch by the Tigers that would have cut Cedar Park's lead to 3 points.
I just tried to, make a play and get the ball to Nick Alexander at the highest point, and just knowing that he was at that point to catch that ball, because we worked on that so many times. And just to see the ref make a bad call, it just ruined everything. It kind of brought me down as a person. He was clearly in bounds. The replay on the Jumbotron showed that he was in bounds, and you can also tell on TV that he was in bounds.
I knew he scored the touchdown. I thought if they would have counted it, it would have been a turning point in our game. But they didn't call it, and yeah, it just wasn't our time to win, I guess.
The Tigers suffer a heartbreaking loss to Cedar Park and become the 2012-2013 4A Division II state runner-up. Despite the disappointing loss, they become the most successful team in Lancaster football history and starts a new tradition.
Just knowing that I did everything I could do, and I'm leaving high school without any regrets, and just knowing my teammates fought so hard throughout 16 games of their high school career, and just knowing that you was 14-2. And no one has ever done that in your hometown. It was great.
The upcoming classes that's going to be here, I just want them to work as hard as we worked, and just prepare as hard as they can, because every game is not promised, and it's real special for you to get to state. So if you get a chance to go to state, just try to win it.